Marooned on Triton.
Hello, Internet, and welcome back to more Marooned on Triton. So, last time we got our drills set up and ready to rumble. Let's see how far we can get into the side of this mountain today. Okay. Drills are looking good. Let's reverse them. Low signal. Bring those back. And then we drop it down and do the other level. Now how... Hopefully, we'll hit a little bit of dirt on this next pass. Because we've got a lot of ice on board that we can't really do much with yet. So, min distance. Bring it down to 0. And then arms. Let's see if they explode at point 1. I doubt they will. Well, while that pushes in, I think something we need to do in order to be safe here is get some sort of defenses up and operating. And what I'm thinking, so this will be our entrance. Maybe what we do is just out here on the ice, set up a couple simple turret structures. I need to take a nap real quick. Yeah, so simple turret structures. Just gun, battery, maybe a solar panel to kind of trickle charge it during the day. That should give us enough security that if any of those drones happen to notice all our mining activity, we should be able to do something about them. Right, we don't have very many materials. Did I get all of the... Yeah, so all the iron's out of here. I have to figure out what to do with this thing, because... It's repairable? Yes? But given the critical damage it sustained, it makes me wonder if it's worth repairing versus... building something that is more, functional. Oh, right, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to build my, hovercraft. My snow speeder. First off, let's see... Okay, so we have 8K iron. That is good. So what I'm thinking, quite simply, is battery in the ground, turret on top of battery, facing the expanse, and then maybe... I kind of want to push this back a bit from it. Maybe if I kind of do... like this. Solar panel. Which is not 5 long. Is it even on both? It is even on both sides. Alrighty, well... we'll simplify that then. We really only need the one. Hopefully, having the solar panel kind of out a bit will mean any gunfire that goes after the turret won't hit the panel, which means it'll still have power. The battery will provide it power during the night, and if the panel gets damaged, the panel, or the gun will still have power from the battery. They're so close together that if one goes down, they're probably both down anyway. That should be decent. We'll have to get the parts for all of this stuff. And also produce a little bit of ammo. So maybe... ammos. Gatling ammo. We'll say 20. Yeah. We should have enough magnesium powder. Where is... yeah. So, we don't have a ton of it, but it looked like it was 1 kilogram per magazine, so We have enough for 80 magazines, which should be alright. We should have enough stuff for all of this somewhere in the system. Hopefully. And what are... Okay, we're at full extension here. Yeah. Oh, now, interestingly... Hold on. That did not go down all the way. Why are you... Oh. That would be why. Probably wasn't smart to do it that way, but now we just reverse it, and... It looks... Yeah, there's enough clearance. If I move the drills backwards at the same speed they move forward, they should clear out that bit. Which normally won't work because we drill too deeply, but... In this case, we should be alright. Yeah, so the challenge with the Build Vision suit mod, we'll call it. Some of the changes to it you have to hit left click to confirm, whereas before, in previous iterations, it was just exit out and your changes stay. It is much more user-friendly now, which is nice, but still some learning curve. Are you actually moving? No. What have I done wrong? So that is not locked. It could lock. Okay, well, here's an idea. Up you go. Those should be pulling back on their own. Oh no, because I only reversed the one of them. That would do it. Now one of them should have been moving. Either way. Pull it all back and then just drop it back down once it's at the end. As is supposed to happen. The gun is up and at 'em. Just need to get the battery finished off and then load this with ammo, and we should be protected. At least for now. And these may be able, in fact I think they should be fine to stay where they are long term. Because they're relatively close to the front entryway. Right over there. Kind of out a bit. It would be nice to have them, you know, piped up and connected with the future base. And maybe long term that's what we'll do. But these should be good to stay here for a while because they're independent. Have their own power source. And they're kind of clear enough from the mountain to have a good line of fire everywhere. Which, speaking of, you always want to up the range on them. And all of that should be fine. There we go. So now, if anything happens to wander our way, we should be able to at least take it down before it does too much to us. What I may do is build a second one off this side just to add to the firepower. But first we need you to reverse. And then both of you, once it gets down fully, reverse. Okay. Now we should be level with where it was before. Though, it looks like we just scraped stone under there. So we will have to cut this head off, add more pistons, but then we should be good. I do wish that I'd found maybe somewhere where the cliff came right up to the edge. But it doesn't seem like that's the case, at least on this side of the mountain. Maybe if I'd circled around it would have been better. The prevailing winds blow snow this way. But this should at least do the job. It's just going to take a lot of pistons to get underground in any meaningful way. So gun 1 is up and observing. Panel is paneling. What's our battery? It is very slowly recharging. Which isn't super good, but it doesn't really... So long as it maintains what charge it has through the day...
Energy critical.
Well, no, I guess it needs to... No, that should work, because if it's charging now, it means that the solar panel is providing all the power needed for the gun, plus a little extra. So at night, the battery should... We shouldn't actually lose power overnight. That's assuming we have even day-night here at this point, which I don't know if we do. I don't know. We'll see if they run out of power someday. At the very least, it'll be a long while before we have to worry about it. Yeah, this is done. These are pretty quick, at least right now, while they're pushing in fairly quickly. I'll have to slow it down the more pistons we add. We have hit the dirt under the snow. Just barely. We don't have any stone, but it may have all been processed. Okay. So. We want drills off. Do this. Right, I should be able to just reverse, because I think I set it up to, yeah, only go to where it's needed. Lock it to the ground.
No
And begin
energy.
dying. Very cold all of a sudden. Plug into my nice warm bed. Get some lovely views when your bed is just kind of open to the elements. A little disorienting being upside down doing it, but... You know, when in Rome. Okay. Now... we disconnect everything that gets disconnected. So this pipe. And this. Then, if we reverse the pistons, add a couple more, we can push deeper. Now, we have a lot more room this time, so we should be able to add a couple more. Maybe... Yeah, it looks like 3 we can get reliably. That should be good. Well, there's our answer about the prevailing wind direction. Must be blowing off the mountaintop. Yeah, the weather here is not super lovely, but hasn't seemed to be too harmful as of yet. You know, with all of this ice in here, the wind turbines are nice. Maybe I should look into using a hydrogen engine generator, because then I could refill my suit hydrogen, even though that doesn't really affect me too much. Comes in handy when I fall off of things. And it would produce a bunch of power for the base and get rid of some of this ice. So that's the big thing, is I really just don't need the ice. Yeah, how would I... So if I replace... No, I can't replace that. That's the challenge, is I don't really have a good spot to put one. Unless it's up here. I kind of want to leave this as direct access to the cargo. And maybe if I replace this with a multi-directional, I stick one out one end, engine out the other. That may be my best shot. Well, that stuff's processing. Let's go ahead and get the drills working again. So, we just have to first maybe copy all of this. I guess it doesn't really matter. They can all just be piston arm and I'll know which ones they are. Any more fine control I can do manually like this. So we connect back up. Then we should be good to plunge the drills even further in. We should hit some actual stone this time, which will mean materials we can use. Okay, and luck. Hopefully it's not too pulley. We'll set this to reverse. Pull everything down in an unnerving fashion. And up it goes. Okay, all is looking good. Well, I'll just set them all manually, but I want to send that up to the full distance first. In whiteout conditions, I can hardly even see the drills. Okay. Drills, engage. Pistons. Piston arms. We're gonna do 0.05 and hope that's not too fast. Because how this works, of course, each piston multiplies the speed, basically doubles it. So that piston's pushing at 0.5, that one's pushing at 0.5, but is also moving at 0.5. So that one's effectively moving at 1, except I used the wrong numbers. But you get the gist. Oh, and actually, we are really pushing in. I'm gonna need to get rid of this piston, because we're now officially going under the ice. That shouldn't be too bad to just rebuild each time. Okay, that's exciting at least. We're making it under the shelf. I may clean up some of this. Guess it's really sturdily frozen to support itself that thin. Just to make sure, yeah, these aren't taking damage. Because if I push it too fast into the stone, there's a chance that it will not grind through before it hits the wall. That's good. So that's going to start processing ice. Or at least be ready to process ice. And then, do I have everything? Almost. Once I have this engine up, it should pull the hydrogen in and produce more power for us. Maybe. Are you running? The fan's spinning, so that's a good sign. Let's see. Here's a panel. It is not filled. It's slowly filling. Why does it not want to fill fully? Because it should be filling off. This should be converting. Yeah, it's slowly converting ice. This isn't going up. Oh, 10 liters now. Will it refill while it's off? That's the question. The answer looks to be no. I think the issue might be because that... So this doesn't produce hydrogen from the ice super quickly. Since we don't have a tank on board to hold the hydrogen, I think what's happening is this is producing a little bit. That little bit is getting used for power by the engine. It's using just a teeny little bit and then running out, essentially. Well, it might be doing something. It does say it's outputting 5 megawatts. So my guess is that it is working, and it's just kind of, it's not filling because it's using all the hydrogen it gets. I'm going to assume everything's working perfectly fine. Also, why are you stopped? What is happening? These drills... Is my cargo full? Hold on. Yes. My cargo is full of stone. And the refinery, I guess, can't keep up. What is the refinery refining? This is the fine-tuning of this process. If the refinery can't get through all the stone... No, it is. It's just, it's doing what it can. It just can't do it very quick. Right. Let's pull the drills back. I don't know why the drills are not going their full length. That concerns me a bit. Or why they aren't. What is happening? Hold on. I can't get up that way. I think what may have happened here, even with the shear inertia tensor... Let's turn off these drills. I think the drills might be too full. They aren't lying on the ground, though. They're almost acting like the drills are stuck. But I don't see why they would... Uh-oh. Why they would be. Maybe I need more power on the pistons. Or there's some other weirdness going on. If I turn off shear inertia tensor, they start pulling back. Is it because... I have an idea. Well, that sounded bad. Ooh. Right. Okay. Well, that's not ideal. Hey, at least it didn't poke through up there. Come on, get me out of there. Okay, so... I think what I just did there was accidentally detonate one of the piston heads. I wonder if it's something to do with this causing weirdness. Because as soon as that head went away, they're reversing like it's no issue. Come on. Nope, I'm not getting out. That's very strange. Well, I should be able to replace that. The downside here, these are still full of stone. And now they're at such a bad angle, I'm not going to be able to reconnect the pistons. Okay, well, that's a problem, but I think that's a problem we will deal with in a moment. Let those come back, get that reset up. I think what I'm going to need are some speed modules stuck onto this refinery in order to get it processing the stone as fast as we can drill it. So, what do those take? Okay, those are fairly cheap. That's good. Oh, I don't like replacing that with one of these, because then I can't get in my bed. Can I still... not really. Dang it. Okay, well, we just have to take the long... Actually, I can crawl through the girders and reach the bed. That's good. I can still get up here to everything I need to get to. So, 4 of those. If I can get those built, hopefully we'll be able to churn through the stone fast enough. Then, next step will be moving the stone that's left from those drills. I'll have to tear down and rebuild the drill line, which is gonna suck. But I should then be able to keep going. Still not sure why they decided to... In fact, they still don't look fully... No, I guess they're fully retracted. My guess... So I know some stuff weird can happen if you have a long line of pistons. One of them needs to not have shear inertia tensor, generally the one at the very end. I was thinking that I could get away with it, but it looks like maybe I couldn't. So, if we don't have shear inertia tensor there, the rest of them should be good. And it should work now. I think the reason they exploded was because I turned it off on all of them. And then when I turned it back on, because those were so weighty, when it sort of snapped back into position, it whacked the pistons up and down in there, which caused them to explode. So, we should be okay. Hopefully. Did I not set these to... I must not have. There we go. It's gonna be a lot of stuff. Well, the bright side is this gives us time to process the stone. Yeah, I'm almost gonna need a second cargo container to hold the stone. It may not be a bad idea. I mean, the other option is I start right-click drilling with these, which is a colloquial term for it that has no bearing in real life. But if I can do that, it'll dig a wider area. I won't get the stone, which means I won't get all the materials from it, but it also means I don't have to store the stone. And it may give me... Well, if I do it that way, I will definitely be able to just get a large area to live in. It just means I don't get as much material from it as I was hoping. Now that's moving quick. That's good. So that's 2 speed upgrades on the thing. And it seems every tick it drops about 1k stone. So presumably we'll get 2k stone every tick. Much... Yeah, even with that, the amount of stone we have is insane. Maybe once I finish these, maybe I do just build a second cargo container here. I don't love doing that because it means when I move all this later, it's more cargo that has to move. But my fear is, you know, we process the stone, and you do lose some volume doing that. But you also are gathering materials. Here before too long, I'm going to be full of materials from the stone. Those will then go into the cargo container. Wherever, here it is. And that means there's less room in the cargo container for more stone. Because even with this, I don't think... With the 9 drills, I don't think I'm going to be getting through it faster than I gather it. I may have to do alternative drilling methods to make this process efficient. And I guess if I do that, I mean, that gives me more room in the main area. I can always then,
Energy low.
set up a just stone drilling system underground that just drills a big pit and gets me material. It's not like I'm gonna be, you know, so deep I am out of stone. Yeah, that's processing a lot more stone now. In fact, we've dropped half of that, and a big part of it is the fact that we have all this ice here. Why is... Okay, so the engine is slowly filling, it looks like. If I do this... Okay. Oh, so that's it. It's not filling when it's at full output. But every so often, it's not at full output. That's why cycling the power does it. Because suddenly we start using the battery instead of the engine. What is this? Fully recharged in 8 minutes. I wonder if I just set this to discharge. It won't take any power in. Now we aren't pulling power, so this is charging. Okay. Great, so we'll let that engine fully fill up with fuel. Then we'll kick the battery back to standard. That should hopefully get rid of some of the ice. Maybe we just chuck some of it. Because we're going to be getting a good bit more anyway from this. Okay. Well, now that we're processing things, I guess I just start shuffling over. Oh, right. Oh, no. Oh, the battery on these exploded. Oh, that's a pain. Yeah, so that means I can't transfer stone from... Like, I can't just access one, I have to go into each individual drill. That's also going to mean reconnecting is going to be difficult. Maybe I stick another drill on here, or another piston on here. Build the drills directly off of it. Because this isn't quite as deep as I'd wanted, but it's deep enough to be a start. Yeah, if I run... I basically just need enough that I can go down. I need to be able to drill this very front bit. Uh-oh.
Energy.
Time to crawl through some girders. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so as long as I can cut that front bit, I should be able to keep it going, push in with the drills I have, and get deep enough that I can do something with it. Even if that's just move all of this inside and then continue. And this would be... Let's see if I can repair... I need a chair on this, was the ticket. I guess now that we're back at base. Put a proper chair on. Ooh. Okay, so we've gotten through all the stone now. Still got a lot of ice. That is now full. And that didn't do too much. We've got the remains of our little car. I'm actually gonna... As much as that helps, we'll just take it apart. All I need for this is the cargo, just so I can carry more stone easily. Handbrake on off. Wheels are on. Right, they're just very weak. What is that? Detecting some sort of something up there. That'll stay there. Oh. This was just one of the legs from that little pod thing. Which I guess we need to do something with. I think the plan was to use its engine. Stick it onto a, hovercraft type of creature. Since I don't know how to build them myself. Oh, actually. If I run that straight up. There we go. The fin always comes in handy. It's gonna take a long time to empty this. Okay. So that is right. We are too heavy to move. Right, so we just pulse it. That drains all our power, but that's fine. I need a better way to do this, I think. It's very slow and not very effective. Okay. So, I have a plan to reconnect. To connect to the drills over there to get all the stone out. So, what it's going to involve, over there, you can just see through the slight haze, I have a connector ready to build. Here, on the pistons, I'm building an advanced rotor. Then, actually, let's build this rotor. Oh, which I can. So with that up, I shouldn't have jumped off. I'm gonna get into position. I'm going to use 2 hinges and another connector so that I can make a little grabby arm. So, rotor plus those plus the connector should allow me to connect to that connector, hopefully, get power through and just start pulling all the stone out. I will still have to probably just drill away the drill, or grind away the drills, because unfortunately I don't think I'm going to be able to... I might be able to rotate it into better position. At least kind of pull it onto the flat part and then, you know, connect it all better. But, yeah, this should hopefully work. Let's... piston arms. Let's see how close in we can get. In fact, we'll stop this one. Now, they were pretty much at full extension, if I remember. No, they weren't. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, that's gone poorly. Right. Okay. This could cause some issues. Uh-oh. Right. Time to remove this drill.
Inventory full.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, we'll start building this. Just to get rid of the parts. And hopefully this won't all explode as soon as I free it. What other... I could build the ends. Sure, this isn't going to be a waste of material. Okay, I don't want to be in there. And... Ooh. All's good. Oh, that's why it didn't... You have to left-click, then right-click. Right, well that went poorly, but there was no stone in that drill, so it doesn't really matter anyway. Yeah, so here should be good. And from here... So I'll have a hinge there. And I think what I'll do is convert to a small grid, because then I have kind of more precise control of distance. In fact, do I have... Oh, almost enough. Yeah, I'll have to get more stuff. But basically I'll have a tube coming out this way, another hinge, and then another connector. I should hopefully be able to stick the two together, connect them all up, and everything will be hunky-dory. I don't have interior plates. Right. Well, we'll just go through this process again and again. Ooh. In fact, that's almost perfect. So if I then stick that there, and one of those on it. Oh, crud. I'm out of nickel. Well, I should be able to get some, because that comes out of stone as well. Uh-oh. So, weld up what I can here. And then... return with some stone. No, there is... I don't know why the assembler... Oh, it's because it's full of gravel. That's why. Darn gravel. I was wondering why it wasn't taking in anything earlier, because it wouldn't take more iron. Okay, there we go. Okay. The system is now ready. Now my only concern is that these... I can't remember if connectors still need electricity to work on both grids. My hope is that I can connect to it even without power on that grid, but I don't remember. We'll kind of aim that there, then I can move this one in. Oh, okay, they both lit up yellow, which means they should work. So, haha. Switched lock. Now, is everything should be piped now. Well, I can check it down here. If our refinery has stone coming in, yes it does. In fact, hold on, did it just eat? Yeah, so that's stone in the two connectors. Oh no, the cargo container took a lot of it. And the survival kit, which shouldn't be, but does. Okay. Well, that's good. That looks like it's worked then. In fact, if I can just move all these to the cargo container. So it's not enough to like instantly get rid of all the stuff in the drills, but hopefully those drills had been running and filling themselves for a bit anyway. Hopefully with the speed modules we'll be able to actually process. Once we don't have an excess, we should be able to process quick enough to not have to worry about it, hopefully. Or at least we'll produce an excess much slower. So now I guess we take this down and then rebuild the drills. Yeah, I think I got rid of all the stone from that. We'll find out in a moment. And yep, all of it's out of that one. We'll get the drills placed here, that way we can dump parts somewhere.
Inventory full.
Ah, dang it. That's full. We will just... Oh, that's a small grid one. We'll just stick this here. Not worry about it. Okay. Now, can I... Yes, I can just reach you. We'll reverse that one, because I think I should be able to fit one more piston in here. And to get with that depth, hopefully, we'll at least have enough that it's acceptable. And I won't have to worry about the fact that I'm going to have to detach all this. Or I guess completely destroy it all to detach it, instead of having the fancy detachment mechanism. So, we want drills. Nine of them. Now, the downside is it gets a little tight with all these in here. Maybe we only have 8 and we'll just build the last... Dang it. Build the last one. Though now that we're... Well, now that we're in here it's fine, except we won't be able to leave. Okay. Oh, this is riveting stuff.
Inventory full.
Actually, it's welding. It's a little industrial processes joke for you all. Let's clamber out of there. Real quick. Shear inertia tensor is on. Again, hopefully everything will work with those. Yeah, the big old issue was, I believe, the shear inertia tensor plus all the weight in the drills was essentially causing the pistons to not feel they had enough power to move. There's one of those scouts again. I don't know where they must airdrop them from orbit or somewhere. Maybe they travel up high for efficiency's sake when they aren't in an area. Luckily, they don't ever seem to get all that close. So I feel like they'd notice some of this stuff. That, or maybe they aren't very good. Who knows? Oh, come on. Up. Up. There we go. Hopefully I can get out of this little crater.
Inventory full.
I guess. Whoa. The benefit of that is it does help a little bit with our stone issues. Because it's a large area of stone that's no longer there. Okay. Can I... Oh, can I get out? There we go. Just gotta squeeze. That should be back roughly to where we started. But we are a fair way deeper in... Dang it. We are a fair way deeper into the mountain now. We're actually underground to a degree. We're in stone, which means we're getting materials.
Energy low.
Let's just one last thing. We'll go ahead and pull all the pistons back. Okay, where are the drill ends? Perfectly good, in fact. Dang, we could almost fit a second piston in. Oh, I don't want to have to remove all the drills again. Well, I'll think on that. But this is at least progress. So, I think that's where we're going to end it. Ooh. Well, we've done some good. We did a fair bit of bad and then had to... Oh. That doesn't look great. Yeah, a fair bit of bad and then had to do some things to fix said bad, but I think we should be moving generally the right direction. So yeah, next time, hopefully we'll be able to finish at least some of a hole and keep things moving. So yeah, thank you everybody so much for watching. Feel free to check out all the other stuff I've done, and until next week, bye bye.